Alright, sorry about the issues earlier. Talk about this here. We definitely have a lot going on right now. Okay. Aerial marker up to 3 inches. Alright, so it is April 28th. It's about 9 o'clock Central Time, and we have a multi-fold disaster unfolding in multiple cities. We have a large hailstorm that we're looking at right now on the north side of Fort Worth. This is moving through populated areas, higher income areas as well. This storm has had a history of producing up to 2-inch hail, which is larger than golf balls, approaching tennis ball size. And it is continuing to do damage throughout the northern sides of the metro. It didn't go through the center portions of the metro, but there's a lot of communities on the northern portion that are getting hammered right now. And if we zoom out here, we can see that storm is going to continue through the northern suburbs of the Dallas-Fort Worth metro area. And that is not even close to our only storm. We're going to go down to the one in San Antonio right now. This has been just slowly creeping its way into town. This one has had a history of producing baseball-sized hail, if not yet the radar to pull up on this one. This one was the most impressive one for a little while. Let's see if we can get this to pull up. We are heading towards the supercell that is going to be in the Dallas metro area quite soon. We will likely be on that within the next 30 minutes or so. And then, gosh, this is just not wanting to load, is it? Okay. Well, maybe we can go up and see. There's also another storm. So basically what's going on in San Antonio right now is you have another supercell. It's even bigger as far as, just overall width. And it's going to be impacting most of the downtown area. I have not checked to see recently if it has strengthened or weakened. It looked like it might have been on a weakening trend for a little bit, but that's a relative term. It was weakening compared to what it was earlier. So maybe instead of producing, baseball-size hail, it was producing tennis ball-size hail or golf ball, which is still absolutely catastrophic, especially with the winds that were with that storm, up to 80-mile-per-hour winds. All right, let's go back to the Dallas one where we actually have radar. We'll do a loop of where this has been so far. I believe the 2-inch hail report came from. It was probably, I believe it was just east of Eagle Mountain here, and we can see here that it's going up towards the Flower Mound area. That's a very wealthy area. I've been through there many times before. You have a lot of large houses, big neighborhoods, so there's going to be some pretty catastrophic damage if this thing continues on its path. Then we'll be heading towards I-35 east, towards Louisville, and let's go take a look. Let's see if we can get on the San Antonio storm now.
Both look like it's on weakening.
Is it?
Slightly.
Okay.
Golf balls and 70 mile an hour winds.
Okay.
Right now, but that'll obviously still do, like you said, very catastrophic.
Absolutely. Okay, so yeah, it's coming into the metro right now. Definitely not as intense as it was earlier, thank goodness. We already have an abundance of hail claims in Texas, in Austin, Round Rock, College Station. I just got back from College Station, not because of a shortage of claims, but because I was coming out to Chase. I left that storm for now. And yeah, okay, let's go see what's happening in Oklahoma. Basically, we can expect an abundance of hail claims in 3 major cities. We already have a lot of hail, like we talked about in the April news update. So this is going to be quite the situation here unfolding over the next few hours and then coming weeks for adjusters throughout the area. So let's see, this one's heading into the Norman area. That's where I live. Oh, look at that. Holy cow. Okay, so once again, right where it's at right now, as far as population density goes, not a ton of people out there, but the neighborhoods that do exist are higher end. Newcastle, a lot of higher end neighborhoods, and it's just pummeling through Newcastle right now with 3-inch hail potentially. It's probably a little smaller than that, probably 2-inch hail if I had to guess. Oh wow. Okay, we have reports of baseball-sized hail.
Oh wow.
Oh my
And that's
gosh.
going in a very populated
Wow. Holy cow. Guess we should have stayed home. My house is literally right about here where the cursor is. So I guess we're like I said, we're heading towards the Dallas storm, but this is about to impact where I live, and if that continues with baseball size hail, that is going to be extremely catastrophic going into the north portions of Norman, Oklahoma. You have a line of car dealerships that goes down this entirety of this interstate. So, oh my gosh, not good. Not a good. That is
I should not
crazy.
expect to see
Oh,
that intense and that robust. It
baseball
looks like
size hail.
a bad supercell, but baseballs. That's very high end demand right
Holy cow. All right, so we're just going to kind of keep bouncing back and forth between these storms because every single one of them, every storm in the country that's producing large hail right now is moving through a populated area almost. So this is, let's see, the Dallas one might be on a little bit of a weakening trend. Oh, well, that's right there. I keep doing. Okay, no, it's still. See, this one is a bit more compact. That area in the pink is where the biggest hail is going to be. Let's see. We'll go to check on the bill. Still showing a 4-inch hail marker. I'm not sure about that. Let's see. The latest warning for this one says golf ball size hail, which sounds about right. And it's a really small little core, but it's going through populated areas 100%. So this is about to be absolutely a multi-million-dollar catastrophe in each one of these cities. And like I've said multiple times now, we've already had big hailstorms so far this year. So this is pretty crazy to see yet another one. We're going to be on this one here shortly, so this will be our storm of intercept. Let's go back. This is the one I'm very into. This.
Yeah, and that's going to go into, like you said, a
That's
very
crazy.
populated, very high-end neighborhood area. Norman is definitely like a pretty built-up suburban area with a good amount of money.
And those neighborhoods west of town there that are about to get smacked right now are all higher end neighborhoods.
Newcastle area, absolutely. Big houses.
Oh man, that's
That's
a bummer to miss as a storm chaser. Literally at home. Wow. Holy cow. Okay, so if you guys are just joining us right now, we're looking at 3 supercells, which are thunderstorms with rotating updrafts capable of producing large hail. Most of these are producing hail in excess of 2 inch in diameter, which is that's severe hail. That's going to cause a lot of damage. There's going to be work from these storms, no doubt. I can say that with 100% certainty. Each one of these storms, this one's in Oklahoma City. There's another one in North Fort Worth, Dallas metro area. There's another one in San Antonio. Each one of those is going to cause catastrophic hail and is going to have work for adjusters. I just came from a hailstorm that hit on April 8th in College Station, Texas. April 8th, and there's still an abundance of adjusters in the area, and will be probably people are down there. That's how I believe I heard somebody say, as far as auto claims for just one insurance company, that they would have claims all the way until the end of July if they have them scheduled out, in a timely manner. So that's crazy, and those storms were weeks ago, and now we have 3 more major storms all striking at once. See, the thing is, you might get 3 major storms spaced out a few weeks apart, so you have adjusters that are able to go from one storm to another as the demand requires. But if we have 3 major catastrophes all in one night, which is what's happening right now, they're going to need an abundance of adjusters, and a lot of those guys are already pretty busy down in Austin, Round Rock, College Station. I'm sure there's let's see what else. Gulf Shores got hit with 4-inch hail. That area isn't as populated, so I bet that's probably winding down as far as claims go. I haven't heard much about the Orlando storms, but I'm sure there were adjusters needed out there. But right now, we do have a major situation unfolding with these 3 supercells. We're gonna track these as they go through the metro here for the next few minutes. Excuse me. Let's play a loop of this one. Like I said, Newcastle not as populated as Norman, but a lot of higher end neighborhoods out there. Wow, That's
insane.
That's insane. That's literally the biggest hail is going to go just north of my house.
That's Shelby's poor car.
Does she have a?
She does not
Have a shelter.
I just messaged her. It's probably getting time to down the hatches.
Let's see what storm reports we have right now. I'm going to go down to the San Antonio storm. We're going to show radar of that, and I'm going to read off the latest hail reports. So we'll go to the southernmost storm here. I'm going to look at this one in a minute. And this thing has been crawling. I think it's moving at about 20 miles per hour, and it's just been sitting over the western suburbs forever now. And look at all these severe warnings here back to the west that are going to be going through. I know there was baseball-sized hail out further west here. Not sure much population. Gone into San Antonio. That's crazy. Okay, so San Antonio on the west side near Lackland Air Force Base. We have a report at 8:35 of 1-inch hail. But further north than that, we've got a hail 8:23 of 1.5-inch hail. We've got another 1.5. So it does look like the storm actually weakened some as it went into the metro. If we pull up Phil here, yeah, look at that. It weakened significantly. That's a good situation for them because that South Texas area has been inundated with flames. But you've got 3 more storms coming on the backside of it, so wouldn't say they're in the clear yet. They probably just dodged what could have been a major disaster. They're still getting large hail, probably in the core of that, because those hail reports were not from the actual hail core. I bet in the hail core they probably had some instances of 2-inch hail. And you can see here, let me make this one screen so it's easy for you guys to see. I don't know why I didn't do that earlier. So if we loop this, we can see that the hail core and likely the hail size has gotten smaller on the San Antonio storm, but it's still impacted all of the western suburbs here. Let's see what it looks like on satellite out there. Satellite for the western side of San Antonio. Oh, it is. All of the, oh yeah, there's a lot. Oh, there's a ton of communities. There's a ton of communities out there. And all of the highways are shut down. They're gridlocked.
That's a broken windshield.
Yeah, there's a lot of neighborhoods out west there, it looks like. Oh yeah. I wish I could just show the satellite on here. I mean, I guess we could zoom in and take off the radar. But yeah, all of this out here, if you can see my cursor, is a well-developed area, and that is right where we had the most intense portion of the hail core go through before it started falling apart. So, okay. So still 1.5 to 2-inch hail throughout that area, almost certainly. Let's go now up to our Dallas storm. Fort Worth, I should say. I guess moving into North Dallas. These were briefly tornado warned, but no confirmed tornadoes on the Dallas one. The San Antonio one likely had a tornado when it was still well west of town. So not worried about that. We're currently just focusing on the hail. Let me make sure we still got it. This one might be. Yeah,
I got it.
you got it? You got it. All right, so let's read off some of the hail reports from this Dallas storm that we're looking at now. We'll loop this. This is basically a product that's showing you the most intense hail. It doesn't necessarily mean it's the biggest hail, but this is where the hail is centralized. So I'm going to loop this for you guys so you can kind of see where it's been going through, where those hail reports are going to be showing up. We got a ton of hail reports from the Dallas storm, Fort Worth storm. North side of Fort Worth, 8:29, we had 2-inch measured hail in Saginaw. 2-inch hail. We go further north, east, right along I-35 west. We have a 1-inch hail report. We have a 1.5-inch hail report. Yeah, it's a very thin gradient from where it went from smaller hail to larger hail. We have a 1.75-inch hail, golf ball size, west of Keller. So that would have been, okay, so there's it going through Keller earlier. West of Keller, we had Oh, we had a 3-inch hail report just northwest of Keller. Right
That's
there.
even bigger than baseball.
Yeah,
That's
that's big hail. Like I said, a narrow corridor, but right in the smack dab middle of that, you're looking at huge hail. So we've got reports of 3-inch in diameter hail. That's larger than baseball, and that's in a relatively nice area. And the storm is not done. It's likely it's gotten a little bit less intense, but it's moving into Louisville, which is a very populated area. Even with half-inch hail, it would be catastrophic, let alone golf balls being thrown at 70 miles per hour. So that's going to be moving over late. That's Lake Louisville, right? So that'll be moving over Lake Louisville soon, going over I-35 East. And let's now go take a look at our Oklahoma City storm. So right now it looks like the two most impactful storms are going to be the Oklahoma City Norman storm and the North Fort Worth Dallas storm. Flash flood warning for the Norman storm. They've been receiving heavy rains all day, so not only are we looking at a hail threat, but also flash flooding. Oh, there's a tornado warning out by Fort Smith. What a crazy day weather-wise. So we were on multiple supercells today, one of which came close to producing a tornado at one point. We've seen not very big hail so far today. Let's see. Oh, look at that, right over I-35. The latest warning has tennis ball size hail. We'll loop that. Let's go take a look at the reports from the Oklahoma City Norman storm. The last report we have was from Blanchard, 2.75-inch hail north of Blanchard. We have one more report from near Newcastle, 1.75-inch hail. So this thing is definitely producing at least golf ball size hail, some quite a bit larger, some up to baseball. Moving through a heavily populated area now. It's likely just north of the OU campus currently. Moving over multiple dealerships that I know of. And it's also going to be, I'm not sure if it's impacting the south side of Moore. I think it's just south of where there's a little bit of a gap between Moore and Norman. Yeah, I don't think they're getting that much on the south side.
he's currently reporting baseball.
Oh, no kidding.
Yeah.
Oh my gosh.
Currently reporting.
Yeah, we have a report of baseball size hail. See if you can send us a photo, maybe.
She's on cover right now.
Yeah.
Says it sounds like there's artillery shells on the side. She says she's very scared. She's scared to get out of the closet right now.
Yeah, okay, we got a confirmation from Extreme Tornado Tours in Oklahoma City of baseballs at 80 miles per hour. Oh my God.
That's going to be catastrophic.
Yeah, I'm getting confirmation right now in Norman, Oklahoma, baseball size hail being wind driven at 70 to 80 miles per hour right now. Wow. And those look like pretty dense stones to me. We got a photo in. That looks to be about tennis ball size in that one. That broke through the window. All right, catastrophic hailstorm moving through South Oklahoma City right now. This is literally about a mile north of my house. But I'm down in Dallas on another catastrophic storm that's going to be producing large hail. We're going to have to cut the stream here soon because we're going to be intercepting the large hail, unless it dies, which it very well may before we get to it. Let's take a look at that storm now. I keep clicking on the wrong radar every single time. Catastrophic hailstorm. Man, I think the Oklahoma City one might be the main story. I don't know. This one's pretty bad too. It's just a little smaller, but it's probably more populated. Yeah, this one's starting to weaken a little bit. It's gotten a little less leaky. Multi-million hail catastrophe ongoing right now in Oklahoma City, South Oklahoma City, Norman area. North Fort Worth, now approaching the Louisville on the North Dallas metro area. And San Antonio, I think, is dodging a bullet from baseball size hail. We have reports from Oklahoma City, baseball size hail, wind driven at 80 miles per hour. For those of you just joining us, you got it? Okay, sorry. We're trying to navigate here while I'm doing this live stream, and I'm not doing a great job of. About 5 minutes. But we're going to go over each of these storms one more time and read off some of the reports. Guys, if you are interested in working a hailstorm, you are going to have multiple opportunities coming up within the next few days. You should start seeing claims roll in easily within the next 2 to 3 days, and then likely lasting through the end of June with this amount of hail and the hail that we've already had. Last year, we got away with not having a ton of major catastrophes as far as hail goes. That is not the same this year. We've already had multiple multi-million-dollar storms in Austin, Texas, Round Rock, Texas, College Station, Texas, Bryan, Texas. Now we are looking at another series of storms. San Antonio did get hit with large hail, mostly on the western suburbs, so the center of the city dodged a bullet there. But we did have reports of up to 2-inch hail in these western suburbs here. They're not over with yet. They've got multiple storms still off to the west that are going to be moving into the city. So by no means are they out of the woods yet. We're going to go up to our Fort Worth storm. Which is still ongoing and likely is going to go all the way up towards Allen and McKinney. Probably Allen, probably going to slide just south of McKinney on its current trajectory. Actually, it might not. It's going a bit more northeast now. That actually, wow, crazy. Really? Really? I mean,
is that just the one that we faced early?
Yeah.
Well, you know, earlier,
Yep.
Sure.
Yeah. Well, we were on this storm when it was way out south of Abilene here, and it has tracked all the way. It started weakening as it approached I-20 here, and then has strengthened rapidly. We kind of got caught off guard. We didn't think it was going to do a whole lot, and now we're playing catch up to the storm. I can see lightning off in the distance, so we're getting close to the storm. We're going to have to cut the stream here so we can get video for you guys to show on the news segment. I'm sure we'll have plenty of video also from individuals in Oklahoma City, Norman, Moore. Major catastrophe ongoing right there. That might be that's bad.
That's like a 1 in 10 year event for Oklahoma City. Seems like it's happened.
That size hail has not gone through that populated an area since 2010. Yeah. Wow. And all the college students are still there, I think.
Yeah.
So, you know, Norman's population decreases some in the summer once the college students go in, but that is not currently the case right now. Our peak population, which is about 120,000 individuals. That is also not including the people that were hit in Newcastle and Bridge Creek, smaller communities, but still high-end houses, all of which likely just received hail damage. Let's see, Newcastle, Oklahoma population. So you got about 10,000 in Newcastle. I would assume Bridge Creek is about 10,000. Blanchard area, probably all within the 10 to 15,000. Added on to the 130,000 in Norman. You've got a major catastrophe that is going to require an abundance of adjusters. There's really not, so I do claims in Oklahoma City, and there's not a ton of adjusters in Oklahoma City like there is, Dallas or some of those other Texas communities. So I can tell you for one thing that I'm going to be very busy, and you can be too if you start making phone calls to insurance and to your IA firms. Right now is the time to make yourself known because they are looking for people. To fill my place, they had to reach far and wide when I was leaving College Station. Because, like I said earlier, I did not leave College Station because of lack of claims. I just went down there to help out because they were having issues finding people, and it was a lull of severe weather. As you guys know, I obviously chase severe weather this time of year, so I don't like to go on long deployments this time of year because once you're committed to that, you cannot leave unless you don't want to ever do work with that company again. So I just went down there to help out for a week, but they're trying desperately to find people, and now it's only going to be worse. So, anyways, guys, we're going to wrap this up so we can go intercept the storm and expect a lot of hail in the next update. I'll probably do an update here actually within the next few days talking about the overall damage of these catastrophic hailstorms, which has just really decimated 3 major cities. At least two probable catastrophes in North Fort Worth, now going into North Dallas Metro,